Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 9, Episode 4, overall 444 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out barrycullen.com for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, or their great selection of all electric vehicles, as well as Cadillac products as well. You can call the dealership as well at 519-824 0210. Tell them Chris Palme sent you, and you can email the dealership at info@barrycullen.com. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is on radio station WQEE 99.1 FM in Noonan, Georgia, the home of Southern Talk and Sports, weeknights from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. And I hope everyone's doing well on this. I can't believe it's already Thursday, October 17th, 2024. Time's flying by. And my guest today, it's his first time on my show. His name is Brad Bisbing. He is the assistant general manager of the Buffalo Bisons, the top farm team of the Toronto Blue Jays. And we're going to bring on Brad, and we're going to talk a little Buffalo Bisons baseball. Good afternoon, Brad. How you doing?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good, and it's a great time of the year for sports with the NHL being back and Major League Baseball playoffs and the NFL and CFL going on too at the same time.
Well, October is absolutely the best month for sports, especially leading off with the baseball playoffs and, like you said, everything that's going on. It's a fun time for sure.
Quick thoughts on the Major League Baseball playoff series between the Yankees and Cleveland and the Mets and Dodgers.
You know, it's been fun. It's been fun to see how the Mets have gotten to where they are right now from that extra day, the doubleheader in Atlanta, and then getting past San Diego, and it'd be fun to have another Subway series for sure. But also, the Dodgers and the Guardians are very strong teams, and it'll be interesting now that the Guardians get some home games to see what they can do in that series.
Absolutely. And I'm being a Detroit Tiger fan. They had such a great, exciting run. And a lot of these young guys came up from minor league baseball. And Brad, can you tell my audience just a little bit about yourself and your role with the Buffalo Bisons as an assistant general manager and also with PR and the marketing side of the business?
Yeah, sure. I've been with the Bison since 2004. So just wrapped up my 20th season, 21st year with the team. I oversee the public relations as well as our marketing efforts, our website, bisons.com. And my team does all the social media work, all the things to get you to come out to the ballpark and to tell you all the great things we have going on at Salem Field every year.
People don't realize, and I've seen this doing some media coverage of your team, it's not just the players, it's truly a team effort, and people don't realize how much work there is in maintaining a ballpark and on the business side of it as well.
Yeah, we got a great team in Western New York with our front office at the Buffalo Bisons, and whether it's planning events or unlike a lot of minor league teams, we run our own concessions. So the folks Rob Free and Sean Regan and their team, Kaylee Joffrey, the whole team does a great job because the food and the beverage is such a part of the ballpark experience as well, and getting to getting inside Salem Field and enjoying a great Salem's hot dog or a great blue or blue light or one of the great craft beers. So as a minor league assistant general manager, obviously we don't have a lot of say or any say really on what happens between the lines. That's for the Toronto Blue Jays player development system to determine what's the best team to put on the field. But other than that, we're in charge of the experience, and we feel we do a great job at adding a great family-friendly, safe experience at a tremendous value for our fans when they do come out to Bisons games.
Congratulations on 20 years, and I'm sure those 20 years have gone by quickly. And I think you guys just finished your 10th year with your affiliation with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, well, actually a little more, but obviously we didn't play in the 1 year in 2020, but we've been affiliated with the Blue Jays since 2013, and it's been a tremendous partnership from, on the business side, working together to bring great baseball entertainment to the fans in Western New York and Southern Ontario, as well as um, obviously what happened during the pandemic, and it was a part of that great partnership that allowed that great teamwork that allowed there to be a solution in place to have the Blue Jays play their games at Salem Field and be able to make Salem Field as close as possible a home for those players. And sure enough, in 2020, them clinching their playoff berth here in Buffalo was a pretty awesome experience.
For those people that are watching this live stream on audio and they've never been to a minor league baseball game or to a Buffalo Bisons game at beautiful Salem Field, what would you say to them right now here?
Well, get to bisons.com and get to our social media channels and see all that we have available. And we pride ourselves that every game is an event, and every game, the baseball action is great. And you're with Salem Field, one of the truly special ballparks in all of minor league baseball, both historically and, the fact that it's the largest park in minor league baseball. But it's also right. You're so close to the action. You're right up close to the players. It's a tremendous baseball experience. And then on top of that, we always try to emphasize the value and the entertainment part for families and for baseball fans. So it's a little bit for everything. It's for fans of all ages. And you'll want to, once you become part of the herd, and once you check us out at Salem Field, we're pretty confident that you'll have a tremendous experience, and you'll want to come back.
Can you tell us the job that Marissa does as a social media manager coordinator?
Yeah, we have a great team. Marissa Packard is part of that team. She was like a lot of people that work in minor league baseball. She was an intern for us a while back before the pandemic, and graduated college. But we obviously were very fond of what she did as an intern, and a position opened up after the pandemic, and she's really taken the reins. Our social media has grown exponentially in the last few years. Couple of years ago, we actually were recognized with an award called the Golden Bobblehead. It's a special award in minor league baseball that they do for a number of categories, and we won for best digital activation for one of our promotions. So, but it's a team effort on the social side too, because whether it's the graphic designer, Ali Marcano, or our entertainment coordinator, Amanda Ballestero, that helps with the events, and the team photographer, our video department, getting some of that content. And it's a whole team effort to get that great content on social, and to be able to share all that's great about being at the ballpark in Buffalo with our online audience.
Brad, I want to say thank you to you and Pat and Buffalo Bisons organization for giving this older rookie in media and radio media opportunities. So I didn't go to school for radio and broadcasting, but because of teams like yourself, the Buffalo Bandits, the Toronto Argonauts, the Canadian Football League, the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, I'm getting hands-on experience. And I wanted to bring this up since you just brought up the subject. Can you just tell us about your internship program with the Buffalo Bisons for 2025? And anyone that's watching or listening to this and that's a student, what's the best way for them to apply?
Yeah, go to bisons.com. We have an application online, and we have already begun the search for 2025. I heard a line great the other day that I thought really fits minor league baseball. There's no off season. We just don't have games today. So that's kind of what the off season is in minor league baseball. The work is already well underway for 2025, and part of that is a great opportunity with our internship program and getting, like you said, hands-on experience, whether it be in our video department, our graphic design, our marketing, or promotions, or on the food and beverage side, on the grounds crew side. There's a lot of great opportunities to be a part of the team and to get some real hands-on experience in minor league baseball, which is a great place to start if you have an interest in a career in sports. Because when you're here, yes, you might be on the promotions team, but you'll find yourself helping out in just about every department in the ballpark, because we all help out everybody on the minor league side and with every department. So you get a great experience, and if you're interested in a summer you won't forget and getting some great experience in working in sports, get to Bisons.com and fill out that internship application.
And I'm seeing that as well. Technically, I'm not an internship, but just being down at the ballpark, I just you see so many things that you don't see in a classroom. And Brad, you hit the nail on the hammer here. You got to wear different hats. Like with me, I do. I'm the producer, I'm the host, I'm the content creator, and in a sports world, you have to be willing to wear many hats.
No, absolutely, but that's also how you get recognized, and because you know as a member of the full time staff, we wear many hats as well. So when you see someone take hold of an internship and really go all in and be willing to help out in every department, it stands out, and that we'll keep an eye on that, and then if there's a position available down the road, we'll know who to go to.
The internships, are they just for 1 season only, or can somebody do it for 2 or 3 seasons?
You can, but with our internships, a very important thing is you have to get credit from your with the college or university you're attending. So they are unpaid internships. So you have to get that college credit. You have to get something for the work you've done. So that's an important part.
And also too, Brad, the experience and the skills. At the time, maybe you're not getting paid in money wise, but you're getting skills to go further into a career into sports or media.
Yeah, we see a lot of our interns. It might not necessarily be baseball that they end up working in, but the foundation is there. They might end up working in the NFL, the NHL. We've had former interns move on to NASCAR, the NHL, at a number of levels, collegiately and sports information departments, and the experience you get, the well-rounded experience you get here can launch you in several directions.
You mentioned them before, but would you like to give a shout out to the groundskeeping crew? Because I think Salem Field has got one of the nicest ball fields in all minor league baseball.
Well, it's a baseball field in Buffalo, New York, and in Western New York, and it goes from April to the end of September. Actually, March now that we're playing some games in late March to the end of September. So it's certainly not the easiest job, and Jeff Smolka and his crew do a tremendous job in keeping that field looking as beautiful as it does. And after a long season, 150 game season, in September, it was looking like opening day. And so they do a tremendous job, and they get the well-deserved little break here in the off season because they do a great job in making sure. And it's just something when you go to Salem Field and you walk through the entranceways towards your seats in the city, and you see that beautiful patch of Kentucky bluegrass, and it's a tremendous field, and they do a great job in keeping it up.
It's not your typical 8 to 4 Monday job.
No. There's been plenty of times where we'll get the text. You'll be sitting at home and you'll be getting the text on a Sunday night and says, "We need help with the tarp. Come on down." So if you can, you drive down and you pull the tarp, and they're always obviously always having to watch the weather, because it's not just the Bisons games. We have a lot of non-game day events as well at the ballpark, whether it's the Micah High charity softball game, or our great partners at WYRK in their country concert, and local youth baseball games, high school baseball games. It's a lot more than just the 75 Bisons games that are at Salem Field every year. So they have to constantly keep an eye on everything that's going on that field.
Thoughts on the Savannah Bananas tour last year, and are they coming back to Buffalo in 2025?
Yeah, I think they just announced their 2025 tour, so they will not be a part. Buffalo will not be a part of it this time, and it was a lot of fun. It's a tremendous product and experience that they have, and we had 3 straight sold out crowds in July last year, and for a great July weekend, and it was a lot of fun. They put on a great show, great baseball action, a lot of entertainment. And they're fun to follow. They're great to work with, and I think it was another great experience, a non-game day event at Buffalo that we were able to share with our fans.
Can you tell us about the 2025 Buffalo Bison's recent schedule release and some of your promotions for the 2025 season?
For sure. We just announced our 2025 playing schedule as well as our home game times. You can find that on Bisons.com. A great schedule looking ahead to next year. Opening day, again, we start a little early, March 28th. It's actually the earliest game we've ever played in our 140th seasons, our 140 seasons of professional baseball in Buffalo. So we'll get going nice and early. But we'll have we're home for Father's Day, which is awesome. We're home on July 3rd. Which is always a big event in Buffalo with great partners at KeyBank and the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra, who perform a concert after the game, one of our largest fireworks shows of the year, a great event. And then one part of the schedule that I'm really looking forward to is we actually have back-to-back 6-game home series in August. So we'll have 12 straight home games in August during great month of Buffalo. So, we're working on the promotion schedule. Whenever we announce our game times and our schedule, a couple of those promotions automatically get announced between opening day, July 3rd. We have one 11:05 start. That is our school kids day. So that's Thursday, May 29th. That's, now out there. That's a really fun event where we have, just the pack the place, 16,000 school kids. Lots of fun that day. And we announced our great Star Wars promotion as well. That will be May 31st, Saturday, May 31st, our 16th annual Star Wars night. One of the great traditions of Salem Field. If you're a Star Wars fan, you'll want to check that out. Our partners at the Northridge do a great job with all the characters they bring out. We have a movie on the scoreboard, its own unique script played out that leads into an on-field post-game battle on the field, fireworks, super cool event. But beyond that, we're still planning out the rest of our promotions. So, stay tuned to Bisons.com. We got some fun stuff in planned for 2025, and, we'll look forward to releasing that as the off season goes along.
2 years ago, you had one of your super fan Mark's bobblehead. Last year, you had Kyle Brandt. Any chance there could be a Pat Malacaro and Duke McGuire bobblehead?
I'll tell you, those were two great bobbleheads that we were able to do in consecutive years. So we have a feeling each year in the office that we got to one up that one, and it's how do we one up Mark Eichinger, because that was such an amazing day. And I mentioned the golden bobblehead. That's what we won it for our promotion of that event. And obviously having Kyle Brandt at the ballpark last year was super fun, and having his whole family there to take part and being able to show him all that's great about Buffalo sports. So pressure's on. We're brainstorming some great ideas for what our 2025 bobblehead subject will be. So we'll have to stay tuned, but we know that the pressure's on to come up with something really good.
I'm already excited for the 2025 season, and 6 months will just fly by quickly as well.
Yeah, between gearing up for you can get season tickets now pretty soon. In a couple of weeks, we're going to announce our full ticket package line and how you can get ticket package and save a little bit of money on, say, the Buster's Kids Club as a holiday stocking stuffer. And then pretty soon we'll be announcing our promotions, and the pitchers and catchers will be reporting to Dunedin before you know it, and we'll be able to turn our sights really on 2025 and then opening day on March 28th.
Are you guys still going to do the Canadian dollar at par promotion again next year, possibly too?
Yeah, we that's one of my favorite promotions, and I would say there's a very good chance. You just have to stay tuned. But normally, what we do is we launch it in late February, early March, and you can get your tickets throughout the whole summer if you buy in advance, and you get some great savings. So we do have a special web page, bisons.com/Canada, for all our great Canadian fans coming from Southern Ontario, and with information on what they can do, how they can see the future Blue Jays right here in Buffalo, and how they can save some money doing it as well.
And what I love about the ballpark too is it's right off the 190 exit 6, and there's plenty of parking around the stadium, easy to get into, easy to get out of, and it's only about 5-6 minute drive to the Peace Bridge.
Yeah, you're right. It's right there, and it's so easy to go from even Toronto to Buffalo and Buffalo to Toronto. Obviously, that's a big thing on the player development side, and why this partnership works so well on that side as well. But it's also great for our fans to be able to enjoy both baseball venues and to be able to see the future. And then, for fans in Buffalo to be able to see the players that they watched in Buffalo then perform at the major league level as well.
Just quick thoughts on the 2024 Buffalo Bison season, and just thoughts on Casey Candell and the coaching staff they did this year.
Yeah, Casey's great, and if you ever get a chance to even find an interview of him, he's a very colorful guy. He loves the game, and he brings a passion to the ballpark every day. He played 3 years with the Bisons in the mid '90s, and was one of our most popular players, and now he's become one of the most winningest managers in our modern era as well. And it was a good year for the Bisons. Obviously, we didn't finish where we wanted to. I think there was a lot of injuries, but that also opened the door, and it was great to see a lot of opportunity for some Bisons players to get up to Toronto and make an impact, whether it be the rise of Spencer Horwitz, who's just been a dominant player here for a year and a half, and great to see the success he had. But even later in the year, seeing guys like Leo Jimenez and Stuart Baroa get up there and to be able to perform, and then here in Buffalo, then to see some guys get really acclimated to the AAA level. When you come from AA to AAA, it might take a little bit of time to get adjusted to the pitching. And a perfect example I could say to that was our team MVP, Alan Roden, an outfielder who came up to kind of fill the void of some of those players that went from Buffalo to Toronto. He comes up early on, it takes a couple of weeks, and then, he's the best hitter at AAA for August and September, and really sets him up for next year to really either make an impact with the Buffalo Bisons early on, but also, have a camp, have a good start with the Bisons. He should be a name that Blue Jay fans should be well aware of, because he's a hitter. He can straight mash at the plate, and we saw it for the last month and a half of the year.
The last year and a half or 2 years, a number of Buffalo Bisons have made the jump to the Toronto Blue Jays. That's credit to Casey Candell and your organization, because part of minor league baseball obviously is develop and get players ready for the major leagues. And of course you want to win too. And it can't be easy as well for Casey, because you want to do both at the same time, possibly.
Yeah, and you always want to win, but obviously the role here is player development, and whether it's Casey, and I can tell you on the front office side too, whether it's myself or our general manager Anthony Sprague, or you mentioned Pat Malacaro, when we work with some of those players that are here, Addison Barger and Spencer Horwitz and Ernie Clement, and when you work with those guys, Davis Schneider, over the last couple of years, and then you see them be able to get to Toronto, get to the big leagues, fulfill their big league dreams, and have success at it. You take a lot of pride in that as well on the minor league side, in that you played a small role in them being able to find their success and to be able to fulfill their dreams. And we enjoy very much seeing the guys that our former Bisons excel at the major leagues. And I've always said that when now 20 years in minor league baseball, you really become fans of players more than fans of teams. And a lot of times it's with your major league parent, but not always. You see a guy like Dave Roberts, who's the Bison's stolen base king, having success and winning a World Series with the Dodgers, and you get excited about seeing those former Bisons have success throughout the major leagues.
In your 20 years, Brad, with the Buffalo Bisons in minor league baseball, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you have one particular favorite moment?
One particular favorite moment, there has been a lot. It has to go really back to my first year when we won the championship at home. The Bisons have won 3 championships in the modern era, but only one of them has been clinched at home. And a tremendous amount of excitement. In 2004, we had a tremendous team. Brandon Phillips, Johnny Peralta, Grady Sizemore, Ernie Young, the Phillies third base coach now, Dusty Waffen. Just a tremendous team that in May was a few outs away from having the worst record in the league, and then just turned it around. Russell Brandon and Jason Tyner, and that year was truly special how they turned it around, and to be able to win that championship at home, and hats and t-shirts, all the celebration in the clubhouse, truly special. And I know a lot of the front office that were with me and with the team at that time still looks fondly on that September night back in 2004.
Hey, Brad, before we wrap this up, I'm an old school baseball guy, and at first I didn't like some of these changes to minor league baseball and to Major League Baseball, but I think the pitch clock and the bigger bases and some of the new rules has really made the game more exciting.
Yeah, I'm a traditionalist as well when it comes to the game of baseball. But you're right; they've done some things that have really improved the product and the experience, and that's part of minor league baseball as well. We've had the pitch clock for over 10 years now at the minor league level, or about 10 years at the minor league level, and the instant replay as well on the balls and strikes, and how you find out right away on the scoreboard. The pitch clock making the game flow a lot faster, important for families coming out. And I think baseball, Major League Baseball, and baseball in general has done a tremendous job at, not just resting on their laurels, so to speak, of being the great national pastime, but also recognizing that there's some things we can still do to improve the game and improve the experience for our fans. And I think it's working tremendously.
Will ABS be in Major League Baseball in the next year or two, you predict?
I think so. Honestly, I do. Just because I think the mainly. I don't know quite about the ABS calling all the balls and strikes, but the challenge system is engaging. It gives the players a chance to make a quick correction. It does not slow the game down, and the fact that the players and the fans find out and the umpires find out all at the same time on the scoreboard is really unique. If you haven't been to a minor league game and seen it, it's really unique, and it's fun, and it's engaging. And I think, in my opinion, I think it works. We've had it for 2 years now. Maybe it needs a couple more years to get ironed out, but I think it's something that Major League Baseball, obviously they're looking at it pretty strongly for having it at the AAA level the last couple of years.
And finally, Brad, what's a fun fact about yourself, and how can my audience follow the Buffalo Bisons on social media and your team website? And I do have some information down on my little ticker as well.
Well, yeah, at Buffalo Bisons on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Collaborating with players, all the great graphics and the content. If you want to get up on the Bisons, follow those things. Get to bisons.com as well. As far as a fun fact about me, yeah, I haven't played the game in a long time. My career kind of ended at the little league level, but I was always big into stats and big into a little bit of broadcasting, and that's the beauty of minor league baseball is you can combine passions. Whether it's you have a passion in cooking, well, you can work as a concessionaire at the minor league level. If you're good at sales, you can combine your love for baseball and that. And I got lucky enough back in 2004 that I was able to combine my passion for stats and for numbers and for the broadcasting side to have an opportunity with the Bisons. And we got a great team, and so many of us have worked for the team for a couple of decades now. We have a special family at the ballpark, both with our fans but also with our front office, and it makes coming to the ballpark fun every day.
And Brad, I want to say thank you to you and Pat and the Bisons organization. Even though I do freelance independent media work, you guys are kind enough to let me come down, and you guys make me feel like a part of the team. And same with the players and the coaches. And even though I don't live in Buffalo, Buffalo has become like my second home between the Bisons and Bandits and all these opportunities and valuable experience and skills I'm getting from you guys as well.
Well, I said it before, and I mean it. Whether it's you're on the media side, you're on the fan side, or the partner side as a sponsor, once you're part of the herd, you're always a part of the herd. So we treat you like family, and you are part of the ballpark, our ballpark family.
And I'm hoping to have some of my cousins from London, Ontario come down this year as well. And I'm looking forward to coming back to the ballpark. And fingers crossed, I will be there for the opening day on March 28th against the Rochester Red Wings at 2:05, I believe.
Yep, 205. And yeah, the start of the 140th season of professional baseball in Buffalo. We're looking forward to get going, and we look forward to having everybody at the ballpark to celebrate the return of baseball.
Congratulations, Brad, on your 20 years with the Bisons, and thank you so much for giving us some time today, and look forward to seeing you back at the ballpark in 2025.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Brad.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was Season 9, Episode 4 with my special guest today, Brad Bisbing. He is the Assistant General Manager, Marketing and Public Relations for the Buffalo Bisons, the top farm team of the Toronto Blue Jays. And they open up their 2025 season again at home Friday, March 28th at 2:05 at Salem Field between the Bisons and the Rochester Red Wings. Check out their website. Just Google Buffalo Bisons or minor league baseball /Bisons. I'll have it on my graphics as well. Before we wrap up the show, guys, I was able to do some interviews this year, courtesy of the Buffalo Bisons organization. And I was able to interview one of the relievers probably about a month ago at Salem Field. And his name is Luis Quinos. And he had a great year for the Buffalo Bisons. And I'm going to play this interview right now with Luis Quinos, reliever for the Buffalo Bisons. Just bear with me, and we'll get this interview going. Chris Palme, radio host of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show on WQEE 99.1 FM in Noonan, Georgia. And I'm back here at Salem Field on this Friday night for the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders matchup against the Buffalo Bisons. I have a special guest with me as well, one of the Buffalo Bisons relievers, and I'm going to bring him on right now. Just tell us your name, sir.
I'm Luis Quiñones.
And you're a reliever for the Bisons. Just thoughts on this 2024 Buffalo Bisons season and your season as well.
Well, like everything, it's baseball, up and downs, but it's been a great season. Great season to be around the guys. All the staff is great. Players are great, and just finish it strong now.
What's your mindset like being a reliever and coming into a game in like the 7th, 8th, 9th inning and being mentally sharp and obviously physically sharp?
You just got to be prepared, like knowing who you're going to face, like what the scouting report against them, and, just being locked in and executing and do your job.
What part of your game have you you felt that you've improved upon this year in 2024 and going into 2025 season?
Probably more my mental game about, how whenever you have a bad outing, how to come the next day, just like nothing happened, flush it. It's the next day. You got to be ready to work and ready to execute the next opportunity you have.
Thoughts on the Buffalo Bisons organization and the Toronto Blue Jays organization?
Amazing. They're great people, great staff. I don't have to say much. Just they're amazing.
Can you tell my audience a little bit about yourself and who were some of your early baseball influences and mentors?
Well, I'm from Puerto Rico, so Roberto Clemente is a legend back home. Daddy, Molina, Pudge. So those are always people that you look at.
And what's a fun fact about yourself, and what do you love about being in the city of Buffalo the most?
Fun fact, I think I'm the team barber, so I cut everybody's hair, and I cut my own too, so I guess that's always a fun fact. And yeah.
Chicken wings, yes or no?
Yes.
Best place for chicken wings in Buffalo?
No, I don't know. I've never tried them around here.
All right, and thoughts on tonight's matchup against a very good Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders team, and who are some of the toughest hitters you faced this year, or at least one?
I'll keep it to myself.
All right, no problem. And favorite ballpark besides Salem Field to pitch in?
Probably Columbus. Columbus is a really, really fun stadium to play at. The AAA for Cleveland. Yeah, pretty cool place to pitch.
And finally, if you're on social media, where can the fans follow you?
This is my last name, Quiñones, 2_15.
And what's one word to describe yourself as a pitcher?
Nasty.
Thank you so much for doing this, Lewis, and good luck tonight and going into 2025.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Luis Quanos, reliever with the Buffalo Bisons, done a month ago at Salem Field as well. Guys, you can also follow Brad Bisbing, the assistant general manager of the Buffalo Bisons, on Twitter X at Brad Bisbing. And as for the Buffalo Bisons website, you can check it out at milb.com/Buffalo, and the Buffalo Bisons are on Linktree too. So if you want all the social media sites and all the information of the Buffalo Bisons on digital media, check out Linktree/Buffalo Bisons as well. And before we wrap up the show, guys, you can also check my ticker there. I have all the Buffalo Bisons information about Salem Field's box office, open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can email their box office at info@bisons.com, and their telephone number, 716-846-2000. And you can also call their other number, 716 the herd 843-4373. Again, the ticket box office is open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. as well. And before we wrap up the show, I want to give a couple of shout outs. The Wellington Brewery here in Guelph. The Wellington Brewery is doing a haunted brew house on October 25th at 7 p.m. at 950 Woodlawn Road West in Guelph. They're going to have beer, music, and frights. Any admission is a donation to any Guelph Food Bank. So if you want to come out to the Wellington Brewery at 950 Woodlawn Road, Guelph on October 25th, the admission is free, but they do require a donation to any Guelph Food Bank as well. And again, they're going to have beer, music, and frights. Check out the Wellington Brewery here in Guelph on October 25th at 7 p.m. And they have if you like good local craft beer, check out Wellington Brewery as well. And I want to give a shout out to a restaurant I was at in Wheatfield, New York yesterday. It's called the Olympia Restaurant. It's on 3312 Niagara Falls Boulevard in Wheatfield, New York. Their telephone number is 716-694-6969. You can check out their website at Olympia Restaurant NT, OlympiaRestaurantNT.com. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I guarantee you, if you come to the Olympia Restaurant hungry, you won't leave hungry. They give very fair proportion sizes, and their desserts are homemade, and they are just amazing. So if you're in the Buffalo, New York area, check out the Olympia Restaurant, again at 3312 Niagara Falls Boulevard in Wheatfield, New York. All right, guys, the next live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by BarryCullin.com and on WQEE 99.1 FM, is on Tuesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Steph K, a stand-up comedian, former Army veteran, and nurse as well. So I'm looking forward to speaking to Steph K's, the comedian, about her career in the comedy industry and also being in the Army and being a nurse for many years as well. So I hope you guys can tune in to season 9, episode 5, Tuesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. And I am working on more guests and more shows coming up. And the next Argo Bounce live audio show, episode 17 with Nick Small and myself, will be next week, the day and time to be announced. And I will be down at BMO Field this Saturday, what's today, the 17th? Saturday, October 19th, 3 p.m., the Toronto Argonauts take on the Ottawa Red Blacks in a battle for the second spot in the CFL East in that home playoff game. The Argos lead Ottawa by 1 point right now. So if they can beat Ottawa Saturday at BMO Field, 3 o'clock on TSN or TSN 1050 with Mike Hogan and Ben Grant, the Argonauts will host a playoff game at BMO Field on Saturday, November 2nd at 3 o'clock. If not, they will be on the road to Ottawa. So that's a huge game, Argos, Red Blacks, and I will be doing some media coverage for that game. So check out my social media pages for pictures, videos, and some pre and post game interviews. And a shout out to Chris Bilnovich, their manager of media communications for my media opportunities this year as well. And I'm very fortunate to get opportunities with the Toronto Argonauts, the Buffalo Bisons, the Buffalo Bandits, the Canadian Football League, and the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, and of course the NFL this past April in Detroit. As we finish up our show, guys, if you're in the Kitchener-Waterloo, Guelph, Cambridge area and you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge. Their phone number 519-623-7722, or visit their website at cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the animals that are up for adoption, their profiles and information are on the website, and they are doing a 50-50 raffle, a monthly one, for the Cambridge Humane Society and their programs that they run there. You can get tickets on their website as well, and they are selling 2025 Cambridge Humane Society calendars. I would guess in the next few weeks, so I will be selling some calendars, and the money goes strictly to the Cambridge District Humane Society and the programs they do for the animals. The calendars are going to be priced at $10. So if you're in the Guelph area, come see me, and I'd be happy to sell you a Cambridge Humane Society calendar as well. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is a weekly show hosted by Chris Pame, is on weeknights from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on radio station WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, the home of Southern sports and talk, the heartbeat of Atlanta. Our radio station's website is wqeefm.radio12345.com. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is live streamed on these platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter /X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. And I'm working on more platforms in the future to broadcast this show live streamed. You can check out my website at beacons.ai/Chris D. Pame, on my social media sites, and all my content is on beacons.ai/Chris D. Pame. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show again is sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out barrycullen.com for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles. There are great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac products as well. And you can call them at 519-824-0210 or email them at info@barrycullen.com, which has been family run and operated here in Guelph since 1969. And I've been a proud customer of Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership here in Guelph since 2000. So I'm going on 25 years as a customer. So if you love GMs or Cadillacs or all electric vehicles, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet here in Guelph. New t-shirts, Live with CDP t-shirts are coming soon. I promise, guys. I've already priced them out. They're going to be $20, and they'll come in any size and any color. So if you're interested in supporting my radio show and media work, please contact me. But I'm getting shirts made up, and I'm excited to do them as well. You can also follow me on TikTok at Live with CDP. And I want to say thank you to everyone for following me on TikTok as well. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars or podcasting, check out StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, but they also have paid professional plans, which I have. And if you're a business that does a lot of live streaming, webinars, podcasting, etc., contact StreamYard.com and their sales department for pricing as well. And I've been with StreamYard now for 4 years. Great customer service. And to me, they're one of the #1 live streaming platforms out there. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment podcast radio show. The audio version is available on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, TuneIn, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. So make sure on YouTube Music and Good Pods you hit that subscribe and like notification. And I want to say thank you to everyone for following me and subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't, type in Chris Pame Live with CDP Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that subscribe and like notification. Finally, you guys can email me live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpame19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated as well. And one thing I forgot to mention about Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership right now, check out their electric Blazer EVLT. You can lease from $283 bi-weekly, which is like $142 at 3.9% for 48 months with $2,750 down payment on an ultra low kilometer lease. Eligible Costco members can receive $1,200, and it also includes the $5,000 in government rebates. More details on the electric Blazer EVLT at barrycullen.com, but it's the future of driving electric vehicles. So check out the electric Blazer EVLT as well. You can get more information and more details if you pop by the dealership in the Guelph Auto Mall at 905 Woodlawn Road West or barrycullen.com. And finally, guys, we have some sports going on tonight on this Thursday, October 17th. We have the American League Divisional Series Game 3 tonight. Yankees in Cleveland at 5:08, first pitch at Progressive Field. The Yankees are looking to go up 3-0 in that series. The Guardians are trying to make it a series, and this is a huge game for Cleveland because you don't want to fall behind 3-0 against a very good New York Yankees team. So 5:08, first pitch between the Yankees and Cleveland. Then the National League Divisional Series, Game 4 tonight. The LA Dodgers and Mets tonight, 8:08 from Citi Field in New York. And the Dodgers won last night 8-0. So the Mets, if they have any chance in this series, they need a big performance tonight from their pitcher and pitching staff, and they need to get their offense going as well. So they can't afford to fall behind 3-1 to the Dodgers. So Dodgers and Mets tonight at 8:08. And before we wrap this up, guys, we have Thursday night football. The 3-3 Denver Broncos take on the New Orleans Saints, 2-4 at 8:15. New Orleans got off to such a good start, going 2-0 in their first two games, scoring 91 points in their first two games, including 49 against Dallas. And the Saints have struggled. So Denver, New Orleans tonight, 8:15 Thursday night football. I am going to pick the Denver Broncos to win tonight. I'm picking the Dodgers to win over the Mets, and I'm picking the Guardians to win a game 3 tonight as well. And CFL, Toronto Argonauts, Ottawa this Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff at BMO Field, and yours truly will be there as well. And again, I want to say thank you so much to Brad Bisbing, the Assistant General Manager of the Buffalo Bisons, for coming on today. You can follow Brad on Twitter X at Brad Bisbing with a capital B for Brad and Bisbing. And the website is minorleaguebaseball.com/Buffalo. And you can follow the Bisons through Linktree/Buffalo Bisons as well. And again, you can check out their box office at 1 James D. Griffin Plaza in Buffalo, New York. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can email their box office at info@bisons.com or give them a call at 716-846-2000 or 716-THE-HERD or 843-4373. And I want to say thank you, Brad Bisbing and the Buffalo Bisons organization. And I'm excited about their 2025 season, which will open up again Friday, March 28th, 2:05 first pitch at beautiful Salem Field. And if you've never been to a Buffalo Bisons game or a minor league baseball game, I highly recommend it. And Salem Field is one of the nicest ballparks in all of minor league baseball. And it's less than 10 minutes to the Peace Bridge if you're coming from Canada, from Ontario. Easy to get to, easy to get out of as well. And fingers crossed, Casey Candell will be back with the Bisons next year. He's done a great job with developing players the last 4 years for the Buffalo Bisons. And I've had the pleasure of interviewing Casey a number of times, and I really enjoy talking to him, and he's just a wealth of information, and I can see why his players love playing for him too. So tremendous organization to the Buffalo Bisons. So that's about it, guys. Again, thank you to Brad Bisbing for coming on from the Buffalo Bisons, and thank you to everyone watching this live streamed and on audio, and of course WQEE 99.1 FM, which my show airs 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. weeknights, and also to Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership here in Guelph for sponsoring my show. And again, the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, Tuesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. with special guest Steph K, a stand-up comedian and former Army veteran and a nurse as well. And I'm excited to have her on my show. I hope everybody has a great afternoon, great weekend, and we'll see you back here next week for season 9, episode 5 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show.
Live.